Hey guys, thanks for checking in. Today's video started out as a video meant to be my journey to get the world's best piece of apple pie. So if you like this video, please click that subscribe button down below, and remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I told myself months ago when I got my Harley-Davidson that I was going to just go out on a ride somewhere random, unknown, interesting, just kind of a trip out of the blue. Now for me, I'm married, I have a 2-year-old daughter at home, so my ability to go out and these adventure rides is really far and few between. For the most part, my riding, I've put almost 5,000 miles on my bike now in about 5 months, and my riding for the most part is just back and forth to work. So one afternoon, while we're sitting at home, just going through the motions, getting the baby ready for bed, having dinner, and watching TV, a news story came up.
Apple Annie's in Wilcox is a popular spot for weekend fun.
International travel guide Lonely Planet has named Apple Annie's as the best place in the world for apple pie.
Oh, it's so good.
So I said to myself, that's it. I'm going to get the world's best piece of apple pie. Annie's Orchard is a 3-hour ride southeast of Phoenix. It'll be a great day of riding, great scenery, and it'll just ultimately be a really good ride. Now, in between hearing that news story and deciding that this was something I was going to do, I had ordered the Lonely Planet Ultimate Eats, the world's top 500 food experiences ranked book, and I wanted to get a little more information on this apple pie. And that book just confirmed number 85, there it is, world's greatest place to have apple pie. So I read the little blurb, it just reaffirmed the news story that I had heard. I also was interested when I saw number 36, which was Lonely Planet's rating of Anchor Bar in Buffalo as the best place to have buffalo chicken wings, which I would agree with. So Alton Brown be damned.
If you really want great buffalo chicken wings,
Where do you go?
you don't go to frickin' Buffalo.
Wow.
Lonely Planet does think that Buffalo is the best place to have buffalo wings. You, sir, are wrong. So now the Sunday morning comes where I'm going to go on this journey. It's a beautiful day, 70 degrees to start. It'll get up to about 80. So the whole trip, the weather is going to be beautiful. It'll be a great ride. I just start my journey, and I leave Phoenix and just head towards the destination that Apple Maps gives me, which is Apple Annie's Country Store. So the trip takes you 200 miles down in through Phoenix and then into pretty much middle of nowhere, Arizona, which is very, very beautiful land. I stopped in an area called Red Rock, Arizona. I got a great picture of my bike next to a Union Pacific train. A really good Southwest riding experience. Some really great areas where you're just basically out in the expansive area of the desert with these trains kind of snaking around through the mountains. And it's just really a great classic Southwest type of environment. Then you get down into Tucson. Tucson is kind of much the same of what Phoenix is, a smaller city, but same type of idea, desert city. From what I can tell, it seems like a nice place. I didn't get off the highway to check it out. I was on a mission to get my apple pie. And then you roll into Wilcox. My experience of Wilcox is basically it's a exit sign on the highway that says Wilcox. You hop off and you're in the middle of nowhere still. And bam, there you are, Apple Annie's Country Store. Well, we made it to Apple Annie's Country Store. It was a 3-hour ride, but we're here and we are going to try this apple pie. So I walk into the country store, looked around for a moment, ordered my apple pie, and proceeded to eat. As I'm sitting there, I thought to myself, well, this seems like a really random place for Lonely Planet to find as the best place for apple pie. It's really in the middle of nowhere, and unless you're heading between New Mexico and Tucson, you would never even know it was there. So it was very weird to me, but it was a great slice of apple pie. I had no complaints. I bought myself a coffee mug and some apple butter, which if you've never had apple butter, it is absolutely delicious. I highly recommend it. It's really good on toast. Apple butter, it's great. So I grabbed my coffee mug and my apple butter, hop back on the bike, and it's back home for 3 hours. And in my reflection of my trip the next day, I'm sitting at work on a Monday, and I'm thinking, well, that was really a great ride. No regrets, it was a really awesome day, but how did they come up with Apple Annie for the best piece of apple pie in the world? And I start looking into it, and I find that I went to the wrong place. Apple Annie's Country Store is part of Apple Annie's Orchard. It's just a country store. There's actually an Apple Annie's apple orchard 8 miles north of the country store. So I rode 200 miles to go to a place affiliated with the best place to eat apple pie. So unknown to me at the time, I had traveled 200 miles, 8 miles short of where I was actually supposed to go, which was a great apple orchard that has amazing scenery, beautiful mountains in the distance. You know, the orchard's sitting right there, and you sit down and have your apple pie. I sat at a store and ate apple pie from that apple orchard, so I didn't get the full experience. So I couldn't help but to reflect on this whole trip and think, how did I screw that up? And the answer is, I heard what I wanted to hear, the world's best piece of apple pie. And I wasn't super critical of it. I heard that, said, I'm going to get it, that sounds great. And no matter how many times I heard on the news, or read in the book, or saw online that it was the best place, that I should have probably paid attention to what place it was, all I heard was best slice of apple pie. So to me, it didn't really matter where I was going to get it. As long as it was Apple Annie's apple pie, I was in the right spot, right place, all perfect. So moral of the story, pay attention to detail, but even bigger moral of the story is, if you ever get an opportunity to just go out and do something totally random, even if it's just on your own for the day, married, kids, whatever, everybody likes to have excuses about, oh, I can't go do that because, you know, the wife and kids, or I can't do this, or I can't. And if that's the world that you live in, it's really sad. Now, granted, 99% of the time you can't do those things. It's very difficult to get out and explore. But in the 1% time that you have to do that, go out and do something more than just going to your local bar and watching a game, or, you know, something that's just so trivial that you can really do, I don't know, whenever, or just get out and go explore, especially if you have something right in your backyard. Get out and go do something. It's to me, buying my Harley was a chance to get out and do something, and things like that. Just get out and explore, and it's 100% worth it. So in my opinion, if you have the opportunity to get out and do stuff like that, 100% get out, go do it. Life is too short to sit around and just watch TV all day, all the time. I'm saying nothing wrong with that, you know, for the most part, but you've got to kind of break up that monotony, get out and do something, challenge yourself to go and explore, even if it's just as stupid as traveling 3 hours for a slice of pie and going to the wrong place. Still a really great experience. Highly recommend doing anything like that. And that Lonely Planet Ultimate Eats book is really just a great tool to use to say, I'm going to look up somewhere totally random and just go try something new. So I highly recommend it. The book is great. If you're interested, link in the description down below for that book. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, please click that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I will see you next time. Joke is on me.